Have you ever wondered why you always feel exhausted? Why you wake up every morning feeling like you just ran a marathon in your sleep? Why your brain feels foggy, your energy levels are low, and sometimes you even struggle with anxiety or depression? Maybe you've tried everything: eating healthy, working out, drinking coffee, taking all kinds of supplements, but nothing seems to change. And the craziest part, the answer might be something so simple, so overlooked, yet so critical to your health. Vitamin D3. I know sounds basic, right? A vitamin you've probably heard about before. But I promise you, what you're about to hear will completely change the way you look at your health. We live in a modern world where most of us spend the majority of our time indoors. We work in offices, we sit in cars, we stay inside buildings, staring at screens all day. And even when we do go outside, we slap on sunscreen, wear sunglasses, and cover up to protect our skin from the sun. Makes sense, right? But here's the problem. We are cutting off our body's natural source of vitamin D3. Let me hit you with some cold, hard facts. A recent study found that over 90% of Americans have vitamin D levels below 40 ng or milliliters. That's dangerously low. The optimal range? 50 ng or milliliters or higher. That means if you're in that 90%, your immune system isn't functioning at its best. Your body is more prone to inflammation, and you might be experiencing symptoms you think are just normal, but they're really not. Chronic fatigue. Could be low vitamin D joint pain. Could be low vitamin D, depression, anxiety. Yep, could be low vitamin D. But why don't more people realize this? Because we've been taught wrong. Ever heard that the recommended daily amount of vitamin D is 600 IU? Sounds reasonable, right? Well, let me tell you that's one of the worst pieces of health advice we've ever been given. 600 IU is only enough to prevent rickets disease from the 1800s. We're not living in the 1800s anymore. We need more. So how much do we actually need? 10,000 IU a day. I know what you're thinking. 10 IU? That sounds insane. That's way too much. But let me put it in perspective. 10,000 IU is just 0.25 milligrams. A quarter of a milligram. So small that if I put it in your hand, you wouldn't even see it. So why do we need so much? Because vitamin D isn't just a vitamin. It acts as a hormone, regulating over 10% of the genes in your body. It's everywhere: your immune system, your bones, your muscles, your brain, even your heart. And being deficient in vitamin D, that comes with serious consequences. Imagine this. You walk into your doctor's office with high blood pressure. You've tried diet, you've tried exercise, but your blood pressure just won't go down. Your doctor prescribes medication. You take it, but you don't feel any better. What they might not tell you is that vitamin D3 plays a huge role in regulating blood pressure naturally. Or how about this? You feel depressed, anxious, unmotivated. You're prescribed antidepressants. But no one checks your vitamin D levels, even though numerous studies show that vitamin D deficiency is directly linked to depression and anxiety. We don't get taught this. We get taught to rely on medications instead. But here's the scariest part. If you don't live in a state with year-round sunshine, chances are you are severely vitamin D deficient without even realizing it. Do you know the shadow rule? If your shadow is longer than you are tall, your body isn't making vitamin D. That means if you live in cities like New York, Chicago, or Seattle in the winter, you could stand in direct sunlight all day long and still produce zero vitamin D because the sun's position is too low. And if you have darker skin, the situation is even worse. People with dark skin need 10 times more sun exposure to make the same amount of vitamin D as someone with lighter skin. That's why vitamin D deficiency is much more common among Black and Latino communities in the US. So, how do you fix this? It's simple. Take 10,000 IU of vitamin D3 every day. If you think you're getting enough from the sun, think again. Unless you live in Florida or Southern California and spend hours outside daily without sunscreen, you are probably not getting enough. And if you're worried about toxicity, let me tell you the truth. You would have to take hundreds of thousands of IU daily for months to even risk an overdose. Your body is designed to handle much higher levels than what most of us are getting today. But there's one more thing you need to know. Vitamin D doesn't work alone. You need magnesium. You need vitamin K2. You need zinc. These nutrients help your body absorb and use vitamin D properly. If you take vitamin D without magnesium, you might experience side effects like muscle cramps, headaches, or trouble sleeping. So what should you do right now? Step 1. Get your vitamin D levels tested. If you've never done this before, order a home test kit today. Step 2. If your levels are low, start supplementing immediately. Step 3. Don't keep this information to yourself. Share it with your friends, your family, the people you care about. You could completely change how you feel just by making one small change every day, and trust me, your health is worth it. Start today. You won't regret it.